Hey guys, my name is Katy Fairy. Today we'll talk about Junkrat and his secret treasure or the secret, which can greatly change the world in the Overwatch universe. Let's move on to the essence of the video, where we all see Jameson Fox, a man who loves fire and banks. He is considered a terrible psychopath, but this happened due to radiation, and perhaps some find that Junkrat crawled over the ruined Omnium in Australia. Omnium is an automated factory of the Omnix production. Omniums were created by the Omnica Corporation in order to ensure a bright future for humanity. These factories were controlled by self-learning algorithms and originally produced building robots. Omniums were built throughout the Earth. Later on, the Omnium failing process began. As it turned out, their production capacity was not enough to fulfill the promises of the corporation. Omnica was convicted of fraud and closed. All Omniums were partially dismantled or mothballed. After a while, factories began to work on their own and produce aggressive omnibuses that attacked people. This was the way the rise of machines began and gave rise to the creation of the Overwatch team. The bottom line is that the Overwatch organization met the Omnix with the God program in the All with the Omnix. It is proved in the comics with Pharah, in which she fought with the program of the god Anubis. Also, the comics tells about the fact that the Overwatch preserved these programs. Anubis could submit any Omnix, rather change their consciousness and rotate them as he wanted. But the Pharah team managed to solve the problem with one program. And what about the rest? After the rise of the machines began, the power of Australia, where Junkrat lived, decided to give out most of Outback's lands to Omnix as a sign of truce. Ordinary citizens raised an uprising because of this fact, and the Liberation Front of Australia appeared. One of the sabotage detachments penetrated Omnix factory, where robots lived, and the result of its actions was the explosion of the reactor. Strong radiation enveloped the adjacent wasteland and the territory, and here a group known as Junkers appeared, in which Junkrat was involved. He collected the debris and equipment of the destroyed factory at his own peril, and sold the unknown organization and people, thereby earning a living. But one day his life changed dramatically. It's indicated that it started talking about Junkrat when he found something valuable and mysterious in the heart of Omnium. Nobody knew what he found, but unknown people appointed a reward for his head, and everyone needed this find. Even Hanzo mentioned this find in one of the lines.
Where did you hide your treasure? You could hardly have it on your person.
Treasure? Sure, I don't know anything you're talking about.
But I strongly doubt that this treasure is gold or some other precious metal. Junkrat's life became even more dangerous after this discovery. He was hunted by thugs, organizations and adventurers of all stripes. Junkrat turned to one of his junkers, Mako Rutledge, Sidnam Roadhog, to protect his life at least somehow. He offered him to become a bodyguard for shares in the booty. Now let's consider, what did Junkrat find in the center of the Omnix production factory? It is quite logical to assume that the find was some disk or data with the God program, like the Anubis one. Perhaps this program have other abilities that change an Omnix and robot's consciousness. I had a small sub-theory about the fact that the God program is owned by Tekharta Zenyatta. This fully explains the character's ultimate ability as well as his description in the game itself, where it said that those who happen to meet the wandering monk on their way change forever. I'd say this sounds at least creepy. I certainly will not be able to weave the opportunity to change people's and Omnix consciousness to him. But what if his ability is calling for calmness and healing? Who knows? Did the monk leader Tekharta Mandata have such abilities? It's not excluded. Maybe this was one of the reasons to eliminate him, and not just because he wanted peace between people and Omnix. Another theory of the God program is confirmed by the Sombra's story. If we look closely at the monitors before they hack it, we'll see that she was looking for information about the Omnix and looks like their structure and programs. And it's possible that she was trying to hack into the Helix database. By the way, this corporation was engaged in protection of the God Anubis program and the Overwatch team's equipment. In the game from Sombra, there is a replica in which one can understand that it's not possible to crack everything. Could it be that Sombra almost stumbled upon the God's program at one point? It could be. If you look at the eye that hacked Sombra, then with 99% probability it can be said that this was the eye of the Omnibus, not the human one. I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of the God programs. There is one noteworthy detail in the scheme of connections. A direct connection with the so-called eye has an unknown Omnic, and Reinhard Wilhelm knows about this Omnic. There is also a direct link between them. Let's summarize. The only thing that Junkrat could find in the wreckage of Omnium was the data block with the God God program, which was conserved by Overwatch once. After this discovery, Junkrat became known almost to the whole world, and a crazy reward was appointed for his head. Apparently, the hunt for him opened the organization that hogged Sombra. If these programs are so powerful, then it's terrible to imagine what will happen if they fall into their own hands. Take the program Anubis, which obeyed intelligent Omnics just in a few seconds. It's hard to say if Zenyatta has the same abilities, but the inscription in the game makes you think about it. The Bastion is also considered not a simple omnibus, as Torbjorn noted. But I'm wondering, what do you think about the Junkrat's find and the secret organization with which Omnic and Reinhardt are connected? I think it can be safely called as the Eye of God. Write about it in the comments below the video, please. Thanks for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Wish you no stress and pleasantness. Hope you'll see my next video. Bye bye!